Now it's time for the AFC.
Hell yeah, dude. This is the cool side.
Does this
the
mean we're
cool
talking
people
about the
go.
Buffalo Bills?
They're the first AFC playoff game, correct? Go for it,
Nobody
Bazuki.
circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, baby.
You're not gonna like kneecap it, and he thinks the Jaguars.
I would kind of wanted to rip the hoodie, but I like this hoodie, so I'm not going to do it.
Wow, this is on record. Panthers get a close win over
All right,
Rams
nobody
right
subscribe to kneecap biting broken jerk. I recant what I said. Do not subscribe. He's
I
a
don't.
quack.
I don't.
He's
I
a
don't.
quack. He doesn't know about football. All right, I appreciate your opinion, but fuck you. Thank you for
Don't antagonize the fans that much. Jeez.
All right. Anyways, Buffalo Bills. They got this guy. His name's Josh Allen. I have a pillow right here with his name on it. He's good at football. They got this other guy. His name's James Cook. He's pretty good at football. He is the NFL rushing champion. First rushing champion we've had since Thurman Thomas.
That's sick.
That's the name right there. But those guys. Josh Allen is great. Yeah, that's right. Josh Allen is great. Thank you. I appreciate that. But really, what is it about? It's about the guy who's healthy and scored a touchdown after being out for a couple of weeks from Josh Allen. It's about Dalton Kincaid, one of the guys who really makes this team go. He had 149.2 passer rating when targeted. The highest of any receiver or / tight end in the NFL this year. I saw that next gen stat on Instagram earlier today. But this team is really a different team when Dalton Kincaid is playing. Like, he's really one of the pieces that makes this team go, and like how and then like what he does for the other tight ends, Dawson Knox and Jackson Hawes. When they have all three of them healthy, they are fucking tough to beat, and they have the ability to put up a lot of points. And it opens it up for James Cook behind him, and it makes it easy on their mediocre ass wide receivers. I'm allowed to say that, okay? That's my joke.
Nah, they suck. It's cool.
All right, it's not cool, but you're right. But so yeah, get all of the tight ends involved. Run that 13 personnel, and attack and close down on the line of scrimmage on defense. Sean McDermott. This means start Shaq Thompson at middle linebacker and not Terrell Bernard. I swear to God, I'm going to jump out of the 400 level and come down there and bitch slap you.
I will see you fly through the
I'll be dead. I would die. I would be. Let's not do that. But yes, if you're going, I will be in section 416. $234 ticket. Not that bad, honestly, for a playoff game. I can live with that.
Yeah, wear that shit.
But yeah. Percent chance to win the Super Bowl, 28%. Bills Rams Super Bowl. Yeah, that's what I said.
No.
I'm a homer. I do think we're getting. I legitimately think we're getting Bills Pats in the AFC Championship, though.
If they win, you can't.
Huh?
If you guys win, we can't. It would be a divisional. Because
we know if you guys, because you guys would beat the Chargers.
Yeah, and then we play the lowest seed available.
We would go to the 1 seed.
Oh yeah,
we would go to Denver.
Even better.
Mathematics.
Cool.
But no, we would because if you guys win.
What if
we would go to Denver and Houston or Pittsburgh would go to you?
Yeah, they're both 4 or 5. Yeah.
So yeah, and then but that is my prediction is Bills Pats in the AFC Championship, and one of us gets to go to the Super Bowl, and the other one gets to be very sad.
You better hope it's not me. It's not me, dude.
Anyway, we've been in some games before too. We've done Heat Celtics and shit. But if we got Bills Pats in the AFC Championship, oh boy, that would be different. We really would not be friends for several weeks.
Yeah,
like
we would.
the week leading up wouldn't be so bad. It would be like the 2-3 weeks following.
We wouldn't be talking for a few
Yeah, we
for
might
a
have to
bit.
take a hiatus from the
There,
show.
there'd be like a friendly like gap period, and then you would get absolutely fucking berated after that gap period. Like
You would, I
unbelievably.
think I would be a lot more humble if and when we win. I think you would be way more of a dickhead. I do believe that.
I mean, after the 8 wins in 2 years, yeah, I got petty over that time. People are like, 2 years. I've been doing this for 45 years, my whole life. Yeah, I got another quarterback. Suck one.
Right. So yeah, 28% chance. Bills Rams Super Bowl. Only fatal flaw. Only throwing the ball to Khalil Shakir behind the line of scrimmage in the screen game, and not hitting him in the slot and in the seam and in the flat and anywhere else on the fucking field. Why do we have to keep throwing it to him 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage?
Mhm.
That's like really one of my I get so frustrated watching it. Which just kind of leads into Joe Brady's predictability. Sometimes it's cool when you're running the ball down their throat and you just run because Bill Belichick's teams used to do that too, and they would just run the same play over and over and over till you can stop it. When you're running the ball, it's cool, when it's working. But then like when it's in like some of the third and short calls, my goodness gracious. Dude, but how we can hit a hook and ladder on 4th and 26 or 4th and 12, but we can't pick up a 3rd and 1. I don't understand.
Like running 13 personnel and can't pick up the 3rd and inches, but you pick up
that's
26 and the 14 personnel. What?
I don't understand it. I don't have a good answer for you, but it is what it is.
All right, Jags.
So no, I'm still monologuing about my Bills. Yes, clock is ticking. We're over 100 viewers though. Thank you for watching.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good episode. We're good. And we got comments, especially with kneecap biting out here in our comment section.
Yeah, thank you for all your comments, brother.
Drop the link in the comment. Drop the link to yours in the comments tomorrow, so I'll remember to do it. Because if you don't, I high key will probably forget. Unfortunately.
So what are we talking about now? The narrative. It's time to get their monkey off their back, and a loss is just going to make the chatter get worse. And if the Bills don't do it now, they never will. And it's the Bills are never going to win a Super Bowl. The Bills are wasting Josh Allen's prime. I've heard it all so many times. What?
That was good timing, dude.
Manning never won a Super Bowl before he was 30. He was still a Hall of Famer. I would argue that this is the worst version of the Bills roster-wise. Since 2019, we've had better rosters, but I don't know. But this team has come from down a lot. This team has got a lot. This team's got a lot more balls than some of the other teams we've had. I will say that. Maybe not the same talent, but shit, we were down 21 nothing to the Patriots not that long ago. We've been down. We come back 7 or 8 times this year in one games. So whatever. All right, we'll go on the road. The weather's nicer in Jacksonville now than it is in Buffalo now, anyways.
Real quick about your Peyton Manning point. Peyton Manning was 30. Yes, it took him a while to win the Super Bowl, but he didn't have 100 rushes per. He didn't average 100 career rushing attempts per season. Quarterbacks who do that, Josh Allen's obviously different, but there hasn't been a quarterback to do that and take meaningful NFL snaps. I know that, but there hasn't been a quarterback who has averaged 100 yards or 100 carries a season. I kind of had this idea a little play meaningful snaps past his age 33 season. It's kind of like the Dundies, where it's our own sort of awards, but they're anti.
Just saying, Kim, they're big guys doing stuff, but
shouldn't be pattern recognition sucks. Fuck pattern recognition.
Or it's hey, you don't like that one.
Worst numbers
of the year. I wanted to have them all have funny names, so we're
my last
call
piece.
that
Winner.
Gase. Okay,
Buffalo Bills
who
win.
got
All
the
right.
Gase?
Jags.
That's what we're looking
keys
at. If you
keys
guys
to
don't remember
victory.
Adam
Control the
Gase,
clock
it's
with the
probably
run
for the
game,
better.
but
He
get
was
stops
I thought
on
everybody
defense to
head
limit
coach.
Josh
Remember
Allen's
Adam Gase.
possessions.
Yeah, he was so
Chance to
bad
win
you
the
had
Super
to
Bowl,
remember him, which is
12%.
why
They are
we're
a really
naming
good
the
team,
worst coach of
but
the
they
year
are playing
award
against
after
Buffalo
him here on
Bills
Stadium Rant
this
on
week.
Fifth Down
Their
Territory.
fatal flaws,
So,
Brian Thomas
with that
Jr.
being said, I'm going to pick a guy who
the narrative.
led his
A win
team
here
to
truly
a franchise record
legitimizes this
0
project.
interceptions on a season.
Prediction.
Aaron
Who's-
Glenn, who was a defensive back at his time playing for the NFL.
I'm not going to spend too much time on the Bills here.
That's incredible, dog.
No,
you didn't even luck into
so I
one
have
pick.
James Cook,
You didn't get a
Josh
fat man
Allen,
pick.
RPO,
You didn't get a ball thrown right into your
runs
chest.
for
Like
so RPO, Josh Allen.
I don't
stuff,
get it,
runs
dog.
for
There were
him,
17
tight
games.
ends,
There was probably
screens and
600-700 passes
That's
thrown
literally
on your
all that
defense.
offense
Like
is. If you
I
let
did
them
that
run
without
their,
even
their
knowing.
offense in that way, you are fried. You have to stop that.
Gross.
If you don't stop that, you're fucked.
Obviously, talk about Mike
So,
Vrabel on
I
the
give them a
sideline and like the
22%
coaching you
chance to win the
see,
Super
like
Bowl.
everybody's
This is the
on the
funny part.
sideline.
Was your
You see
percentage
guys
of
come off the
chances
field
here?
and
I
like
noticed
get
that.
coached up. You literally
Well,
see
just
it
because
like
where you
at
had the
the game
percentage
on the
chance you gave the
sideline on the
Bills and the
TV.
percentage chance you
Whenever
gave the
they
Jags.
pan to Aaron Glenn, this is his face.
Yeah.
Not talking to anybody.
Yeah,
He's
fine.
not on the mic.
That's
He's not on the tablet. He's not over on the bench.
It's percent
He's not,
chance to
like,
win the Super Bowl,
rah-rahing
not that
guys.
game.
He's literally
It's
blank
weird,
staring
but
at it. Like,
that is what it is.
It reminds me a lot of like that playoff game
so,
against the Browns where they
I
play
think
that
their
clip
fatal
of like
flaw
D'Amico
will
Ryans
be
telling
play
Christian
calling on
Harris
offense
exactly
or
how to set
stopping the
on
run
a
on
route for a pick
defense. I
six,
think
and
one
then
of
it
those
happens.
things is
And it's just
going
like
to
you
get
don't
into
see
the
Aaron
way
Glenn
eventually.
doing that. Like you're not always talking to the
And
DBs,
then there's
and
also
the
been
DBs
this
aren't playing
weird
lights
Jags
out. Like
thing
that's your
during
thing.
the Josh
Do your
Allen
thing.
Bills era. Like there has been.
I hate
it's
that.
true.
I hate when
real-
coaches come in and they can't.
Some of
even,
it's been on
you don't have to
foreign
do
soil,
everything
to
great,
be fair.
but you should. The thing you're known
but
for
not all of
should
it.
very
And
clearly appear.
The
in your
other
narrative.
Josh Allen
Like,
really
it-
likes
it's
playing
gross.
against your Josh
like
Allen.
it just
for
doesn't
whatever
look
reason.
like anybody's getting
Probably
any
because they have
sort
the
of
same
like
name and he always gets
coaching
slighted.
or
But-
inspiration, motivation. Nothing.
So
is
I think
coming
he's
from
going
that
to come
guy.
to play. I just
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
this
I
Jags
gave my
team is
worst
very,
coach of the year
they're one of the
award
hottest
to
teams
Pete
in football,
Carroll.
and they're playing some of their best football.
This team,
and the Bills
part
have
of
been
it is like
playing
just the worst
decent
coach. Like
football, and good enough.
there's just a lot of
football, and
complaining.
football
You know what I
that's
mean? Like in
getting them
pressers,
there, but do you
to refs,
necessarily
about
want to go down
calls,
21 points here? I don't know.
Just the whining all season, like it's going to
Then,
go under the radar.
as far as
and not a lot of
legacy, I
people
mean,
watch
it's
these
exactly
games,
what you
but,
said, man. If Josh
man, the
doesn't
whole
win a Super Bowl
attitude
this
around
year,
that team was just
many will
whine.
think there might
Like,
not
whine,
be another
whine,
chance as good as
whine.
this one. This is the best shot
That
he's
is not
ever
what you
had.
want your team
We can
to be,
say that.
and I think he was a big reason for that. So
Might
and
not
I
have
gave
to
it
go
to
on
Pete
the
Carroll.
road for every game.
You guys remember that Broncos
Yeah,
Raiders
but like you don't
Thursday
have
night
to.
thriller?
You don't have to see Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson.
Would
or
I
Joe
give
Burrow,
my life to
all of
watch
whom
that
would beat
football
you in
game
this
in
spot.
freaking the
So
middle
it's
of
just
July?
word.
April,
probably would.
But,
like
like,
May 3rd, I'm always
Burrow
like,
and
I would
Mahomes.
watch the worst
So,
football
like, those
game.
two aren't
But then you
there.
watch your first preseason
And
game
then
and you're
so
like,
for
okay,
the
I'm good.
Jags,
I can
I
wait
have
until the
these
season.
playoff
Give me
offense
Kenny
and
Pickett and
attack on
Brandon
defense.
Allen with
Like,
no
you gotta
nothing
be
on
more
the line.
physical.
You watch,
than
you
them.
watch
You have to lean on the
97
offensive
run
scheme
plays
that
up
has
the
Trevor
middle
Lawrence
in a
playing
row,
like
and
he's
you're like,
back in
I
Clemson.
actually can wait
Like
5
Liam
more
Coen
weeks before
brought this
Here's the
team
training camp
back
news.
to believing that they're like
That's
actually
hilarious.
a real
All
franchise
right,
and they have like
go for it.
other
Boogie.
levers. Like
Well,
They-
again, you guys
they
took
built
the good
this
ones,
team around
but I
Brian
think I had a
Thomas
pretty
Jr.
funny
and
little
Travis
team here.
Hunter being the main
I
focal
went
points
with
in
Mike
this offense.
McDaniel for being
Those two have
so
done
bad
nothing
that he
almost
can't
all
even
season.
tank right.
Trevor Lawrence is,
And
I mean,
I gave him the 6-7
he's not
award
necessarily
for going,
a legitimate
from going
MVP
to
candidate,
from 1
but
and
he's
7
in
and
that
being
like
a leader and
3 to
one
5
of the
range,
leaders
or
for
4
the
to
top
5
pick,
range
too.
there. It's like
Being
it's
in
May,
playoff
Stafford,
contention,
Allen,
to
probably
then
Trevor Lawrence.
No worse.
You
so
know,
low.
in my opinion, and like, he's quietly had an excellent season. So like he's dangerous.
like
They have a
the
good run
anti-Tomlin.
game, and their defense
How
has been
Tomlin
playing
starts
above their
strong and then
means.
loses in the
So,
middle and then finishes.
They shredded the
loses at
Broncos.
beginning.
They play the Texans twice a
Finishes
year.
kinda
The
slow.
Dolphins have
this
2
Bills
seasons.
defense, this
The
Bills
Dolphins
team
have
shouldn't scare
the
them.
Dolphins have 2
You
seasons.
shouldn't have to.
They either
get
start
any of
out
that.
really hot
And then
and convince
yeah,
and
like the impact, the legacy
7
thing
and
is if
6 or
Trevor
6
Lawrence
and
like
7.
wins this
And,
game,
That
and
is
goes on a
what they
little
are.
run,
Like,
And,
they are that meme.
That's
Like,
the guy you
start out
drafted.
really hot
Like that's
in
the guy
September,
you were
and
being
people
talked
start
about.
to
He
drink
was
the
the best
Kool-Aid and believe that they're a good
prospect
team,
we've ever
and
seen.
then they fall
like, one
apart.
of the best
Or they're
prospects
like,
ever.
or they start out
He has
terrible
not
and
lived
then
up to that.
inexplicably
He's finally
go on
playing
a
in that
run
sense.
to like
So
put
like I would
themselves
just
back
be a
in
little
contention.
bit
But
like
and Mike
ultimately,
McDaniel
their
just
season
stays
always
his
ends the
job.
same.
just
Just
with
by a
all
C
of
hair.
those things. bottled
no
in
way they're
together
using
that
Hurts
just
again. I
gives
can't
me a
believe
little
it.
bit of pause.
Crazy.
I do
Anyway.
have them at 10%
All
chance
right,
to win the
moving
Super
on.
Bowl, which is
So
lower
you're
than
the
22% chance for the Bills to win
Yeah, the
Super
liar
Bowl.
49er,
Yes.
dude.
My math
this
isn't
is for
necessarily
the
mathing
CMC
there,
injury
but I
from
do have
last
the
year,
Jags
yeah.
as the winner.
Who faked
Yeah,
an
this-
injury the best
This
this
is a
year?
fuck you, Blake.
Who had the worst
Sorta,
injury
kinda.
report, like,
It's
mismanagement?
okay.
I've got
like yes
I've
and
got
no.
it is
I
Joe
expected
Mixon.
nothing
Okay,
less.
the
No,
will
I mean,
he,
there was
won't
at
he
least some
for
good like
16
reasoning behind it.
weeks.
Like
Only
I
for
flipped
him
you
to
off with like
never
actual
play a
logic.
snap is
So,
the
like, that's
craziest
fair, right?
thing
Yeah, I
I
can read
think I've
between
ever
the
seen.
lines, though.
Like
He never
Yeah,
even dressed,
this-
right? I don't
there you
even
go.
think he
never
dressed.
dressed,
loud and
and
clear
the
for you.
fact that Adam Schefter tweeted
All right,
that he
so we got
wasn't going to
Chargers
play
coming
this
into New
season,
England
like week
here,
11.
first time the Pats
And he
are hosting a
counters and he's like,
playoff
"How do
game
you
in
know
8
more
years.
about me than I know about me? Like my fate's not
yeah.
written, my stone's not
Holy
sealed,
shit,
whatever."
dude, my hands
And then
are
just
starting to get
doesn't
clammy
ever
and my
play.
toes
Like
are tingling.
you
I haven't
couldn't
felt
write that,
playoff
bro. Just
football in a
cut me
little
a break.
bit.
Like,
This is cool.
So
I don't
brutal.
care.
So
That's
brutal.
fine. So like that's a really strong one.
Holy
honestly.
shit, we're back.
I went with
So
Terry
as far as
McLaurin,
the
'cause,
Pats
like,
go,
I just
Better not
remember
blow
every
it.
week I'd be going to set my
I
fantasy
hope
lineups.
not.
And
I mean,
they
they
really
really
shouldn't.
he's
Questionable.
questionable
It's like,
team.
yeah, he's probably tracking.
They
some
do,
play,
they
technical
do.
play.
I don't think none of
Thursday
that.
comes, doesn't
What's the
pre-
spread?
like,
What's the spread on
not
this?
practicing Thursday,
I
not practicing
think it's
Friday,
3.
goes to doubtful, then goes to out on the
But
Saturday.
as far
and
as the
you're like,
Pats go, don't turn the
that
ball
just
over.
rinse repeat for like
and
5-6
then
weeks.
another
My
thing
man,
is
like
don't try
dog,
to
like
be
when were we gonna get
too
the squad
balanced.
thing figured out?
If
Like,
if they're stopping
and then by the
the
time
run
you got it
game
figured out, it's
consistently,
not
and you're
Jaden
getting
Daniels,
yourself
you don't know
behind
what's
the
going on with
sticks
him.
because
It's
you're
just
trying to like be a balanced team.
shitty year
Fuck
for the guy, and like
Throw
it all
that shit out the
stems from
window.
Just like
Drake May is why
not
you're
being
here.
put on the IR
Win or
when you
lose,
probably
put
needed to be
it
put
on
on
the
the
kid's
IR.
shoulder.
Just
Put it
like
on his arm.
send the
right?
guy there.
I'm not saying
let
don't
him
give
do
him
his
any
thing,
help.
let him come
but I'm
back.
saying
and be
that,
fine.
like,
a lot
don't
of these
just keep
injuries
running
are
and
4
running
week
and
injuries.
running and
Let
running
them
just so you
let
can
them
have
heal.
quote
Let them
unquote
get balance.
balance.
Like
That's mine.
if
Boozy,
you're throwing the
about
ball
yours?
and it's working, throw the ball. If
Went
you're
with
running the ball,
Bucky
it's working.
Irving.
Keep running the ball.
My
Like
fantasy
don't try and
teams
just
that
have
were
balance
heavily
for balance.
relying on Rashad White were very appreciative
And mix up your
of
packages.
his hiatus.
Josh McDaniels ran
Until
14
Tucker
different
ruined
packages last week.
Yeah, but
Like,
I will say
My
that
guy
yeah,
is in his
Bucks fans
absolute
were
bag with the player person,
a
like
little
the
bit
pack,
down in the
like whatever
dumps, and
he's
yeah,
trying
it
to
was just
call,
like a whole lot of
whatever
nothing, I
grouping
guess.
he has out
Yeah, he
there.
had the
They can all
injury,
be
and
different
then
things,
he got like
and
a
they
death
all
in the
need to be
family,
worried
and
about
he
because there's
went
no
on like
top
a
option and there's
spiritual
no
journey.
bottom
Like
option.
he's
They're
like
all just
heavily
good
religious,
options.
and
So like
and,
that's where you
and
just
I'm
have to keep
I'm
feeding
all about
everybody.
that,
You just
and
have to find
you
the
know,
open
and
people
being
and hit
staying
them
true
like
to your
Drake
beliefs.
has
But
been.
I also believe in
And
like
then on
fulfilling your
defense, stop the
contract.
run and force Herbert to drop back as many times as like
if you're healthy,
possible,
you should probably
so you
be
could have
playing
your.
unless-
I mean,
like,
obviously,
when
like
you're
that's
getting
family,
when you're getting paid the way these guys get to play.
because if they're just grinding
It's
the ball
honestly, like,
down the middle,
kind of
down our throat,
now that
them
we're in
having
the
backup
NIL
tackles
era
doesn't
and
matter.
like college
they're
football,
not.
and like we're seeing like
That
teams
matters
opt
when
out of bowl
they have to
games
drop
and, like,
back and
players
pass,
like
and
sit
Justin
out of
Herbert
them.
gets in trouble.
If you're
and
under
gets sacked, that's where
contract,
you
you
create
should be
X plays
playing.
on defense, and then you
Yeah,
start getting
I
turnovers.
feel that.
And then that
Like
game
it,
gets
like it,
blown
like
wide
I
open, and we win
like
by
maybe
25.
I like
So
am
like
not feeling a certain
that's
I'm not feeling
like
so up to it to go
they
to
have
work
to
on
play
a certain
smart
day or a
football. These
certain
two
week.
teams are very, very similar.
I still got to
They're
go
gonna
to
try
work
and,
or I'm
like,
going to lose
be
my
out
job.
prep.
Wild,
So, like,
baby.
You know,
Always on.
it's just
Fueled up.
very
All right,
interesting.
let's
All right,
breeze
interesting
through these next
matchup.
two so we can actually
I have
talk
the
some
Pats
games.
with the
next
highest
two
chance to
are
win the
least
Super
valuable
Bowl.
player
Oh,
or the
no.
Jamarcus
What do
Russell
you
lifetime
expect?
achievement.
It's actually the
Or
same chance you gave your Bills.
The no
28%.
nookie rookie. I
I
don't
don't think
understand how
any
it
team
means.
has a higher chance to
But
win the
it's
Super
so
Bowl
good
than
none.
that.
Yeah,
The
no,
Rams
he
are
didn't
right
get
behind
none.
them at 26. The Bills are at 22.
I understand. I understand.
And, like,
Yeah.
I think it's between those three teams and the Jags.
That was a new one
Ja-
to me.
Jags
so
beat the Bills. They have a
my
chance to
least
win. If they
valuable
don't,
player,
obviously, the Bills are.
I gave
in
it to
the
Geno
mix there.
Smith, man. You could have
As
put
far as
anybody
the
in
Chargers
there to throw
go,
fewer
I'm sorry, I
interceptions.
didn't do legacy.
And I think it would have
or
worked.
Fatal Flaw.
Like
The defense just not
Just-
stopping the the run is the fatal flaw. So if we just
Predictably
get
bad
pounded,
every
there's nothing
single
you can do.
week. Couldn't even do the
And
Jacoby
then
Brissett.
Drake May's
Let's give our
legacy is-
generational tight end to generational season.
Thank God
He wins
Jacoby
the
Brissett.
Super Bowl, man.
We
It's
praise
just
him.
We're gonna be
it's
talking
just-
about
yeah, I
a
don't know.
lot.
And then for
of
my
different
no-nookie
things
rookie,
that
I
nobody
gave it
wants
to
hear. And
Luther
his
Burden.
game and his legacy is
Soft
gonna be
tissue injury.
cemented.
Took him 14 weeks ish to come into
As
the
far
scene.
as
Yes, he played well weeks 15
I
through
think they're
17
gonna
or
win.
whatever it
And
was.
the Chargers,
but
they
for
gotta win the line
90%
of
of the
scrimmage.
season, he was a
Force the Pats to
non-factor.
try and make mistakes.
I think the Bears
and
probably could have got
they're
2
gonna
or
try
3
and be
more
out-
wins if he had actually
like,
found
they're
a way
trying
to
to
like prep for the
out-prepare
season
them.
better. So
They're
that's why I
prepare
gave it
us.
to him. He had a
That's
fine
basically what they're
season. I
trying to
just
do.
think,
We're
like,
both very
given how he
prepared
looked at
teams.
the
They're gonna
end,
try and
like
come
all
more
those
prepared
reports of
than
him
us.
and Ben
I don't think
Johnson
it's gonna
butting heads during
happen.
training
I give them a
camp.
2%
Like, he
chance to
resolved
win the
all of
Super
that
Bowl.
earlier. How good
Pass
of a season
protection's
could
their
he
fatal
have?
flaw, and
That's
Herbert playoff woes
Oh no,
continue
I
with
like
an
that.
L.
That's like
Is
that's
his
one that
legacy.
you don't
It's
you
just
probably
can't
won't
win the
see if you
playoffs.
ask
Can't
that
win the
question a lot
playoffs. Can't
because
win the
of the
playoffs.
recency bias.
All right,
But
rip it
I
real
like
quick,
this.
and
I
then
like
we
you
get to the
taking
last
that
game
into
and get
account.
out of here.
Yeah, I like it. I
Because
like
we
it.
have gone way too
I will
long.
finish the Jamarcus
Yeah,
Russell.
we had
The
a
Jamarcus
long,
Russell
like, pre-show
lifetime
segment.
asshole achievement.
And,
We also had
There was
two
an
shows
extra
off,
word in there you didn't
so-
want to say. It's okay. I'll say it.
So
I'll take it.
for the Chargers,
Because I
play smash
truly
mouth football
think
and
this
have
guy
Justin
is an
Herbert
asshole.
beat
I
them on some
truly
deep
think
play
Tua
action and
Tagovailoa
show
is
off
an
that
asshole.
arm strength.
Like a good guy asshole.
when they're
like,
not, when they're
you're
like,
not a
not ready
football
for
good
it.
guy. Like you're not a good
7%
football guy. You're
is the
not a
chance
good
they gave
leader.
them.
Like, you're not that guy.
Honestly,
clearly.
my
Like,
fatal flaw
this
in
organization
my
dumped
narrative
everything that they
piece
possibly
are the
could
same
into
piece. They
making you
go
that guy.
together.
They
So I
fired
just
Brian
kind of left it
Flores.
as one.
Hire Mike McDaniel.
This
Trade
is
for
just
Tyreek
another
Hill.
playoff
Draft
game
Jalen Waddle.
that they're waiting
motion
and
speed,
they're waiting to bottle
motion
unless
speed,
they
post
change the
read. This
narrative.
like you got all the
They
things
did,
that you
like
kind of
they're
needed
literally
there.
it's literally the same
And
the
you
same
just you
piece.
can't
Like,
even
what's
string
their
together
flaw?
one
What's the
win against a
narrative?
decent team.
They might be up.
Like
honestly,
it's
I could see them.
And
I
then
could
the
see
pointing
them
of the
being
fingers, the way he
that
really
blows
just
the
let
lead, and then the
let
Pats
everything
come roaring
fall
back.
apart. The
Yeah,
way it all
like,
looks.
I could see it being like a 21-7 game.
They're
and
keeping
then the Pats
McDaniel
winning,
moving
like,
on from Tua. So like
that's
where
31,
you're
21,
an asshole, bud.
or something like that.
Like good, probably a good guy, probably a nice
yeah,
guy.
I
like,
think
as far as
the
football
Chargers are going to
terms,
look good
you're
to
an
start
asshole.
and then bottle it. That's
So, and then my no nookie rookie of the year is actually going
loser.
to be Ashton Genty, who had some stats. He put up a decent.
Continue
year.
to play
Like,
mistake-free
I was
football
projecting him to have a
offensively
monster
and flow to the
season.
ball
I don't know if
fast
you guys
on
remember
defense.
this or
You
not.
said
one of your best acquisitions.
I
this year,
did.
Bobby
I did.
Spillane.
Yes.
I really
rushing.
I really enjoy
Rushing.
watching that guy play.
1,800
He was
yards.
Mike
Nobody in the
linebacker
league
and, like,
did that.
and just being
Nope.
there's two
I was
types of flow.
incorrect
There's
on this.
slow flow
Which
and
happens
there's fast
sometimes,
flow. Slow
but it's
flow
okay
is, like,
because we admit
inside
it.
the tackles.
We know
and
we were
fast
wrong.
flow is outside
Very
the
wrong.
tackles.
Ashton
And
Genty,
his fast flow and his
if
ability
your
to play like
team
sideline to
you
sideline
probably shouldn't take
is
a running
really,
back
really
in the
like
top
level.
Like
And
those
he's not the only one
generational
that
running
plays like
backs
that, but he's honestly
should be like
the anchor.
you shouldn't
of
be
that
able to
defense.
take
You guys
one
got
of
some
those
guys
until pick 20.
guys up front.
Once
too,
you get to pick 20, those
they're
become
really
available
good,
to be
but,
drafted because
he's
like
the guy that's bringing the wood.
You're wasting them once they go to these teams that aren't ready to have them.
Here.
They're like, ooh, a shiny new toy. We can
20%
sell the
chance
jerseys.
to win
This
the
dude
Super
could be on
Bowl.
the cover of Madden.
I'm predicting
Blah,
Bills
blah,
pass
blah,
in
blah.
the AFC
But like, if your
Championship.
offensive line sucks, and you don't have a quarterback, and you're
The
taking
fatal flaw, lack
running
of big
back,
game experience.
You're just shooting yourself in the
Like
foot, or you're prolonging. You're making yourself
they
wait
did beat my
until
Bills
that
this
running
year.
back's
They've
actually
only played a couple of good
and
teams
then by
this
that
year.
point, you're probably gonna have to
And
pay them.
and
And at that point, you've wasted your time.
I will say two things on that.
That's why Genty
Milton
is
Williams,
my
Carlton Davis, Stephon
rookie.
Diggs.
He actually
all
had a
have
decent
big game
season, but it's
experience.
just the thought
a lot of
process
their players
and where
as,
that team
as a
is in
unit.
their life
Yeah,
cycle
Mike
to be
Vrabel does
taking
too.
that way.
Sure.
It reminds me of
And,
Saquon.
like, yes,
He's
like,
going to go to
I
a
get
different
it, but, like,
team on his
this
second
group
contract.
together,
Probably
like,
help them win a Super
have they really been
So
down?
it's certainly not going to be on the Raiders, though.
No.
Bahuki, what about you?
Yet. This is
All
one of those moments.
Well, this pick is obviously going to bite me in the ass.
And then,
this
like,
weekend.
and if it goes as I say, like, the Chargers go up early, and then they come
But I'm
together,
going with
and they
Brian
come roaring
Thomas
back and get that
Jr.
dub.
Because
That'd
what
be
the
a big,
fuck
like,
was that
character
year?
development moment.
Gross.
And the story that is the
I got him like
26
one of the like early mid rounds in my redraft league. Thanks to Bijan Robinson,
they're
a
complete team
in a late search.
They're not very battle tested.
I really thought I was
feel you.
getting like one of the steals of the draft when I took this guy.
The narrative
boy,
for
was
a team
I
hoping
wrong.
to go on
Where was he all
a
year?
deep run.
I think
This
in one
should
of my
be a
stadium
statement
rant
when
league
we will
drafts,
see if
I
they
took
deliver.
him and Lad
Winner.
McConkey in 1-2.
Monday Night
And let me
Football.
tell you, I've never had less
Texans.
fun setting up every single
Yeah,
week.
and when you
I'm
draft
Just
a guy-
looking at like I can't
Ray
do anything
Rodgers,
about
this is-
that.
Yeah,
And
you
mentally
can't
with
replace
their
him. Like you
dominant
can't
pass rush.
you can't
take
cut
care of
bait,
the
you
ball
can't trade
on
him. Like you're
offense.
stuck
Round
with.
3 was round 2 is Bucky. Round 3 was Vlad.
Percentage of chance to win the Super Bowl is 16%.
See, and like and right after the draft, when you're posting your team and like showing your friends your draft, you're probably feeling pretty good about that team.
The narrative.
Yeah,
I went 4 and
this
10.
is an opportunity for Stroud to have a great showing on a big stage.
And so,
will he deliver
so my
that?
no nookie rookie. I was actually correct about, but not in the way that I anticipated.
Steelers. Path to victory.
Was Matthew
Give
Golden.
Jalen
I don't know if you guys remember on draft
and bring
time.
Holy Water for more field goal defense.
Matthew Golden is going to beat this draft Brian Thomas.
Percentage of chance to win the Super Bowl 4. That's high.
You were trying to up, like,
strong.
You were like, we got to make there.
That's a lot of respect.
Yeah, well, I mean, he went to pick before us. The Packers finally decided to use a
passing
first
attack
rounder.
is pretty
I said, like, the Packers are coming up, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, this is they're really going to do this.
Rodgers got one more in him,
and who knows? I mean, if he went to Buffalo's system, like he couldn't have been worse than Keon Coleman. But
this is good. We might have to just throw him on the pissy pants list. Coaches' decisions. The coaches' decisions. No good.
Missing meetings and shit, and whatever else that we didn't even hear about. Start with the Steelers. But those are my two for that. Yeah. So let's get into some
weird
Steelers
playoffs. We didn't think
that's what Louis gets first.
Yeah, he dipped. So, fuck him. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see each other next week when that loses. Anyway. So no, I'm just being super petty. I actually do think DK Metcalf coming back does matter a little bit. This offense scored 26 points without him. I think on a good Ravens team trying to fight. That was a playoff game as far as I'm concerned. Like, they just won a playoff game against the Ravens. They got a little help there, but like, I think the Steelers defense is good for the most part. This Texans offense is not great. So like, you have like a weakness versus strength there. And then you have another weakness versus strength on the other side. So it's like, which one escapes? I don't think it's like previous 5-4. Like the Steelers would typically be going to like Buffalo on 4:00 on Saturday to get fucking steamrolled. I don't think that this is that game. So I think that getting it to Kenny Gainwell, DK Metcalf, trying to use the tight ends, and just Aaron Rodgers, just having one more in him. I do think he has. I give them a 1% chance to win the Super Bowl, though. I think the fatal flaw, if anything, would probably be Jalen Ramsey. If Jalen Ramsey doesn't have a good game, they're going to get fried. If he plays a good game, then like they very well could win. And then legacy, I mean, Rodgers ain't winning no Super Bowl this year. This all this has done has proved to me that he's just like, okay, like he was a great quarterback. He was a face of the league, and he wasn't a fantastic winner. But he can go out on a high point here and try and win this game and then get smoked next week. For the Texans, it's unlock your pass rushers, activate your pass rush. If you activate your pass rush against Aaron Rodgers, you'll win. I just like, if you can get to him before he gets the ball off, it's either touchdown or check down for him. And I mean, we saw freaking Riley Leonard lighten this team up in the first quarter when the Texans were actually trying to play and like win the division before they thought that it was out of reach. So as far as their chance to win the Super Bowl, I gave them an 8% chance to win the Super Bowl. Their offense is just inefficient. Their offensive line is also inefficient. They've strung it together since CJ Stroud went out and got a concussion. Somebody must have was like, yeah, fuck that. Can't do that anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers to win here. Just in a weird, dirty game. Just a weird, mucky Monday night. Like, this game should have been played Sunday at some other time, not Monday night. So give me one of those yucky games with the Steelers win. But that is our show, folks. We've been here for 2 hours. That's more than we typically are, which is generally fine. Thank you to the 103 people watching. Thank you for all the people who commented. Thank you for the people who participated in the general chat where we're coming up with the funny award names and voting on MVP. It was a lot of fun. We should do more interactive stuff. We'll be here next week to discuss the events of this weekend, a great weekend of football, and talk about the teams that moved on, and hopefully I'll be very, very happy to talk about the New England Patriots. We'll see, though. I love Drake May. You want to get anything else in there, buddy?
Me encanta Josh Allen.
All right, guys. Later.